Good evening, and welcome to Kingsway Regional High School's 59th graduation exercises. We are gathered here today to honor the class of 2022. My name is James Urslow, Assistant Principal of the high school. Before we begin our ceremony, I would like to make a few announcements. Parents and guests are asked to remain seated for the procession. Doing so will enable everyone to see the graduates as they enter the stadium in order to ensure the dignity of the ceremony. Please take pictures from your seat and refrain from approaching the track and field during the ceremony. A professional photographer will take a still picture of each graduate as they cross in front of the stage, and it will be available for purchase. During the ceremony, applause is the preferred expression of joy on this very happy occasion, as the senior class has requested that you help us in making this a dignified ceremony. Please remember that our seniors and their families have waited 13 years to hear their names called as they walk in front of the stage. We also ask that members of the audience turn off or silence your cell phones at this time to limit disruptions so we can all maintain focus on the accomplishments of our graduating class. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct privilege to introduce to you the class of 2022. At this time, we ask that everyone please rise and direct your attention to the flag for the reciting of our Pledge of Allegiance, led by students Kennedy Avent, Shades Club President, Aaron Gray, Student Council Vice President, Sarah Maurer, Student Council Corresponding Secretary, and Molly Fitzpatrick, Student Council Recording Secretary. The pledge will be followed by the playing of our national anthem performed by our Kingsway High School Brass Quartet.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, it is my pleasure to present to you this year's Student Commencement Speaker, Student Council President, and winner of the Graduation Speech Contest, Madison Lavender, who will deliver the charge to the class. I'm sorry. Please be seated.
Good evening, Dr. Lavender, Mr. Allen, members of the Board of Education, family and friends, faculty and staff, and of course, my fellow classmates, the outstanding class of 2022. Standing here tonight evokes a range of emotions: excitement, pride, and a little touch of sadness. Graduating high school is bittersweet as we stand at the threshold of a new adventure, yet are not quite ready to leave this old one behind. As a class, we have been through a lot together. Our first moments as dragons began on field day, that rite of passage moment where we all arrived from our sending elementary school districts, then gathered that same night for our first regional school dance where we learned the Dragon Chant, a chant we repeated thousands of times since. We made it through middle school and transitioned together as frightened freshmen into high school. There, we experienced wins and losses, successes and failures, and had our share of first-time experiences. One experience that bookmarks our first and last moments as dragons is the letter our middle school English teachers had us write to our future selves. I am sure you all remember that letter, as they were recently sent to us by our former teachers. I don't know about you, but I had to laugh when I read mine. Here's an excerpt from my letter. Dear future Madison, we are wrapping up 9th period on our third to last day of 7th grade, and I am so excited for summer. When I grow up, I want to attend Penn and become a genetic scientist so I can clone Mama. Hi, Mama. I am sure that all of your letters have similar goals, ambitions, and future expectations. But have you reflected on the time in between? Have you thought about how much in your lives have changed since 7th grade? Did you accomplish everything your middle school self had planned? I am certain that as you reflect on those questions, you will find that there were many things that didn't go as expected. Maybe you were rejected from the college of your dreams, or your career ambitions have changed. Maybe a close friendship soured over time. Or maybe you are not the all-star athlete you had hoped to be. But one thing I know for sure is that none of our letters included any mention of a global pandemic, nor did it include wishes to go to school virtually or desires to coordinate our outfits with properly fitted masks. We did not write that we looked forward to socially distancing from our friends, nor were we expecting to miss milestone moments. While this was nothing any of us had wished for, we got it, we dealt with it, and we are stronger for it. If we were to If we were to write our future selves a letter today, I suspect our expectations would be much more realistic. If anything, the pandemic grounded us. It taught us what was most important. It taught us to stop, to slow down, to prioritize, and above all, to adapt to change. Mother Teresa said, "I alone cannot change the world, but I can cast a stone across the waters to create many ripples." Our experiences over the last 4 years have taught us that change is inevitable, but we do not need to blindly sit back and accept it. We can embrace it, but we can't ignore it. We may only be small pebbles in a larger pond, but our actions have impact. And if you ever feel insignificant, just remember that a small ripple can create a big wave. As a class, we did just that. We made big waves. We were the first class to paint student parking spots. We were the first class to celebrate senior sunrise and senior sunset. We were the first class to use social media to highlight one another's athletic accomplishments and future plans. To say that I am proud of our ability to affect change under such difficult circumstances would be an understatement. But the thing that makes me most proud is that our work here will carry on. What we've done here will be enjoyed by future classes. And that is our legacy. Seniors, we are about to close an important chapter in our lives. We know Kingsway has left its mark on us, and we have certainly left our mark on Kingsway. As we say goodbye and set our sails for new adventures, Remember those words of Mother Teresa and cast your stone as far as you can and make a few ripples along the way. Before I close, I want to thank all of our teachers, moms and dads, and the most amazing advisors, Mrs. Palazzo and Miss Kelly, who have helped us reach this milestone. We wouldn't be here today without you. Congratulations, class of 2022. I love you all, and I'm going to miss you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we continue, we just want to acknowledge Madison was the winner of our first student speaker, right here, student speaker contest. So on behalf of the administration, the Board of Education, faculty and staff, Madison, we want to present to you, right behind you, this token of our appreciation of your hard work and excellent execution of the speech. Ladies and gentlemen, can we please have another round of applause for Madison Lavender, our first speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we will have Rasheen Bryant, who will come forward and sing our class song.
Chapter in the book, can't go back, but you can look, and there we are on every page, memories I'll always save, up ahead only open doors, who knows where we're headed towards, I wish you love, I wish you love, every throat just opens up, and it's so hard to say goodbye.
Thank you, Rasheem. The men and women of the armed forces take an oath to defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, to protect the democratic values guaranteed for all Americans. These men and women are the bravest among us and embody the spirit of America by defending freedom at any cost. It is the highest honor to serve your country, and we have the distinct pleasure of recognizing members of the class of 2022 who are worthy of Kingsway's highest honor, the Spirit of America Award. When you hear your name, please stand and remain standing at your seat to be recognized. We ask the audience to hold their applause until all students are announced. Drew Homan, U.S. Coast Guard. Luke Ireland, U.S. Coast Guard. Amanda Hughes, ROTC, U.S. Air Force, University of Tennessee. Lauren Kiefer, New Jersey Air National Guard. Magdalena Placido, U.S. Army Reserves. Zachary Simons, U.S. Marine Corps. Joseph Turpak, New Jersey Army National Guard. Thomas Totten, U.S. Marine Corps. Patrick Tripp, U.S. Navy. Aiden Winters, U.S. Navy. Angelina Robustello, Army ROTC, James Madison University. Michael Bogie, U.S. Air Force. To these brave young men and women, thank you for your commitment to serve our country as members of the armed forces and for taking an oath to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give these courageous young men and women a round of applause and wish them best of luck in their military endeavors. You may be seated. Nice. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, it's my pleasure to present to you Mr. Melvin N. Allen, Principal of Kingsway Regional High School, who will present the class of 2022, followed by Dr. James Lavender, Superintendent, who will accept the class of 2022.
Thank you, Mr. Zerzalo. Everything continues in a state of rest unless it is compelled to change by forces impressed upon it. Isaac Newton's first law of motion. Class of 2022, there has undoubtedly been forces pressed upon you, and it was no secret that as you dealt with the residual of COVID sanctions, you were forced to reconnect with your peers, teachers, and friends in ways you would have never thought. Who would have thought you'd be compelled to change with the simple removal of a mask? Who would have thought that you could speak volumes with the simple smile? And when you took that mask off, I can tell you firsthand, the class of 2022, you were ready to shout from the mountaintops. As you reflect on the past and think about the future, recognize that the only thing that is inevitable will be that you will have to change again. I share with you, though, you are in control of what that change may look like. Other than old age, you can dictate with hard work, perseverance, and resiliency how change in your life will affect you. A basic definition of change is to become different. So I encourage you not only to become different, but to become better. To become better students, better citizens, better people. Our country is engulfed in social and civil unrest, so if you want change, then follow the example of that great philosopher, Michael Jackson, who said, I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. And no message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make a change. A better you leads to a better individual. A better individual leads to a better family. A better family leads to a better community. A better community leads to a better county. A better county leads to a better state. A better state leads to a better country. A better country leads to a better world. But it all starts with you. It was C.S. Lewis who said, you can't go back and change the beginning, but you can start where you are and change the ending. Congratulations, Dragons, class of 2022. I believe in your capacity to be the change, and I believe in you. So, this will be my last time addressing you. So one last time, we're going to do this together. Seniors, make some noise if you're in the building. Dr. Lavender, on this evening of June 17th, I present to you the class of 2022. I confirm that each individual who will receive a diploma this evening has met all the academic and attendance requirements of the state of New Jersey and of the Kingsway Regional School District.
Thank you, Mr. Allen. Mr. Allen's good at getting the class all riled up, and then I have to come in and deliver. Members of the Board of Education, distinguished faculty and staff, parents, guests, and of course, the class of 2022. Welcome to Kingsway's 59th commencement ceremony. And it's my privilege to stand before this sea of red and look upon the smiling faces of young men and women prepared to close this chapter in their lives, ready and able to embrace a future filled with opportunity and new beginnings. This morning, you awoke as members of the senior class, but in a few minutes, you will become high school graduates. A distinction that you have rightfully earned and something no one can ever take away. While you are the center of attention tonight, you have not arrived here alone. And share this spotlight with the team of countless supporters who have loved, guided, coached, and taught you along the way. Seniors, please put your hands together and recognize your parents, family members, teachers, coaches, and friends for all they've done for you. Tonight, we also recognize the many accomplishments of the senior class, and we stand united by a shared sense of pride in their achievement. Of our 446 seniors, 119 of you graduate with a GPA of 4.0 or higher. This year's class amassed more than 1,500 college credits before earning a high school diploma, more than any other graduating class in Kingsway's history. Saving our graduates more than $600,000 in future college tuition payments. That's a lot of money, if you ask me. Our seniors were accepted to 212 different colleges and universities in 32 different states. Some of you will attend local universities like Rowan and Rutgers, while others are heading to schools in Florida, Tennessee, and Alabama. 33 seniors were accepted into 16 of the most selective universities in the United States, including Cornell, Penn, and Harvard. Finally, this graduating class has been awarded nearly $4 million in various scholarships, grants, and awards. To our graduates, we are proud of you, and we hope you are equally proud to be joining an accomplished alumni community. Now, each year I send our graduating seniors off with a final thought. one last lesson to take with you as you head off to conquer the world. Now, I don't have to tell you that the period of time in which you attended high school will be recorded in tomorrow's history. There will be books written about everything you have experienced in recent years. A pandemic that has touched the lives of every one of us. An ongoing wave of violence and civil unrest. Bitter political division, rising inflation, and Russia's war against Ukraine. But history is also a great teacher, as there are countless stories we can draw upon to inspire us to take the first step when beginning a new journey. One such story comes from the inspirational life of Mahatma Gandhi, a name universally recognized as a symbol of peace. Gandhi became a champion for civil rights and started a movement that would help secure India's national independence. His historic Salt March demonstrated that the smallest acts of courage, even as small as a grain of salt, could have a large impact on those around us. He is given credit for saying, "Be the change you wish to see in the world." As students, your experiences have shaped your lives and made you who you are today. But your stories are far from finished, and I hope tomorrow's history tells us tales of great accomplishment as you become the change you wish to see in the world. In a few minutes, you will walk off this field for the last time. You will walk through those gates. And when you cross that threshold, you begin a new journey. You carry with you the many lessons learned as students, the wisdom gained through experience, the love and support of family, and the heart of a dragon. Congratulations, Kingsway's class of 2022. We couldn't be more proud of you. Graduates, please stand. As Superintendent of the Kingsway Regional School District, I accept the class of 2022 and attest to the Board of Education that each candidate receiving a diploma this evening has met all academic and attendance requirements of the state of New Jersey and of the Kingsway Regional School District. Graduates, you may be seated. Moms and dads, now is the time to get your cameras ready. We will begin presenting diplomas. If my colleagues can help me to the front, we'll get started. Good to go. Katie, Kelly, let's go.
Madison Rose Lavender, summa cum laude, Diploma presented by her father, Dr. James Lavender, Kingsway Regional School District, Superintendent.
Alexander Manus, summa cum laude.
Erin Mary Gray, summa cum laude.
Taylor Nicole Wooderson, magna cum laude.
Molly Frances Fitzpatrick, summa cum laude. Diploma presented by her mother, Mrs. Colleen Fitzpatrick, High School Media Center teacher.
Samuel McFarland Foth, summa cum laude. Diploma presented by his mother, Mrs. Sharon Foth, High School paraprofessional.
Sarah May Maurer, summa cum laude.
Luis Angel Sanchez Gonzalez, summa cum laude.
Jessica Tori Lyons, summa cum laude.
Tyler Luis Torres, summa cum laude.
Kaylin A. Chartnesky, summa cum laude.
Carly Ann Oberg, summa cum laude.
Charlize M. Bianis, summa cum laude. Diploma presented by her mother, Mrs. Christine Bianis, high school art teacher.
Morgan Cynthia Counselor, summa cum laude. Arya Patel, summa cum laude.
Atia Beatrice Aclaro, summa cum laude.
Jalen Arrington.
Olawade Lamilade Ade Poju.
Kennedy Deneen Avent, magna cum laude.
Gage Atkins.
Emily Kaylin Bailey.
Christian Lee Aiken.
Annie Elizabeth Barnish, cum laude.
Nicholas Allen, summa cum laude.
Isabella Marie Battaglia, summa cum laude.
Ryan Joseph Allen, summa cum laude.
Nora Rose Beebe, summa cum laude.
Logan Xavier Amarando.
Brianna Lynn Belka, cum laude.
Haley Ambrose, summa cum laude.
Ariangeli Benitez.
Hunter M. Anasek.
Timothy J. Berezowski.
Jack Christopher R. Good, summa cum laude.
Ashley Bermel, summa cum laude.
Faith Ryan Bill, magna cum laude.
Abigail Lynn Boyle.
April Elizabeth Biani, summa cum laude.
Emma Margaret Bradley Krieger, cum laude.
Khalif Akbad Birch, summa cum laude.
Carter Matthew Bradson.
Carl Lawrence Bloomfield, summa cum laude.
Madeline Elizabeth Brooke, magna cum laude.
Michael Bogie.
Anaitza Brown, summa cum laude.
Kayla Christine Bonifel, summa cum laude. Diploma presented by her mother, Mrs. Kelly Bonifel, KRSD board member.
Chaz Brown.
Alexander Francis Bongiovanni.
Jaden Natalia Brown,
Adam Richard Boucher.
Layla Danielle Brown, magna cum laude.
Gray Thomas Bowman, cum laude.
Toby Matthew Brown.
Grace A. Boyer, summa cum laude.
Karsten Bernicki Mayer, summa cum laude.
Gianna Cecilia Bruno.
Jackson Riley Buzza, summa cum laude.
Owen Bryan.
James Calhoun.
Richard Charles Bryan III, magna cum laude.
Julia Brian Campagna, summa cum laude.
Leasia Bryant.
Zachary Thomas Canatella.
Rashim Karan Bryant, summa cum laude.
Janie Nicole Caraccio, cum laude.
Elizabeth Anna Marie Buckwald.
Olin J. Carpenito.
Ian Bucks, cum laude.
Mario Carpino.
Sage Reese Budd, summa cum laude.
Casey Carr.
Cecilia Grace Burkhart, summa cum laude.
Dominic Lewis Casella.
Madison Taylor Burlingame, summa cum laude.
John George Casella.
Kevin Charles Casperson Jr.
Mark Rocco Sifone.
Grace Catherine Cassidy, magna cum laude, diploma presented by her mother, Mrs. Vivian Cassidy, high school counselor.
Matthew Citrino.
Heather Breon Chamberlain.
Jaden Andrew Clemens.
Donald Chatton.
Andrew Coleman.
Janiel Chohan, summa cum laude.
Timothy Coleman III.
Nicket Cheetah, cum laude.
Gabriella Colazzo.
Kaylin Chavez Cho, summa cum laude.
Elias Daniel Collins.
Leah Marie Sisasi.
Andrew Christopher Kahn.
Nicholas Massimo Saranka.
Aiden Connor.
Corinne Ann Sean, summa cum laude.
William Theodore Connor.
Giovanna Marie Cooper, summa cum laude.
Sean David Daly, magna cum laude.
Evan Bennett Corcoran.
Jonathan David, summa cum laude.
Tyler James Cordery, summa cum laude.
Tyson Alexander Deere, cum laude.
Torsten Ustah Courtright, summa cum laude.
Isabella Lorraine DeFranzo. Jenna Rose Delmar, summa cum laude.
Savannah Crowding, summa cum laude.
Vincent DeLuca. Isabella Grace Crumley, magna cum laude. Diploma presented by Mr. James Zerzalo, Kingsway High School Assistant Principal. Nicholas DiDonato, summa cum laude. Caitlin Sophia Curran, magna cum laude. Justin William DeMatteis, cum laude.
Asha Dandia, summa cum laude.
Julia Elena Anglais.
John
Luke Stewart DiTullio.
Tyler Andrew Dorton.
Dylan Edward Essig.
Rade Shuwabi Driggins.
Jacob Thomas Essig.
Thomas Driscoll.
Olivia Elizabeth Etor, summa cum laude.
Cole Brandon Driver.
Ave Elizabeth Falabella.
Caitlin Duffy, summa cum laude.
Reese Elizabeth Farles, summa cum laude.
Elena Maria Dunn, summa cum laude.
Brianna Maribel Felipe, summa cum laude.
Kira Early, summa cum laude. Diploma presented by her mother, Mrs. Jennifer Early, middle school employee.
Kira Nicole Ferguson, cum laude.
Alexis Michelle Eisenhart.
Athena Rose Ferrata, summa cum laude.
Steele Eliza Emmerich.
Madison Rebecca Ferris, magna cum laude.
Ashley Carmen Enders.
Madison Diana Ferry, cum laude.
McKenna Grace Finn, summa cum laude.
Nicholas Tristan Fafaro, magna cum laude.
Alexa Rose Firestone.
Emily Catherine Garrett, summa cum laude.
Benjamin Thomas Fishburne.
Joseph David Garrity.
Molly Suzanne Flamia.
Abigail Lee Gedden.
Connor Michael Ford, magna cum laude.
Savannah Lee Giangrasso.
James Francesco.
Madison Chloe Gibbs. Diploma presented by Mrs. Lynn, Vice President, Kingsway Regional School Board.
Avery Jonathan Franz Copeland, cum laude.
Colin Joseph Gill.
Zach Fries.
Summer Gittinger.
Justin Robert Frederick, magna cum laude. Craig Frederick, Mayor of Woolwich Township.
Alexander Luis Judice, cum laude.
Najee Freeman.
Amanda E. Gomes, summa cum laude. Diploma presented by Mr. Melvin Allen, Kingsway Regional High School Principal.
Taylor Judith Graff.
Grace Aowen Harker, summa cum laude.
Victoria Griffiths, summa cum laude.
Anaya Monet Harris.
Madison Grubb, summa cum laude.
Erin Rose Hawthorne.
Sinye Guo, summa cum laude.
Jeffrey George Hyman, summa cum laude.
Virgilio Everardo Guzman Maroking.
Allison Noel Helkowski, summa cum laude.
Madeline Elizabeth Haynes.
Albert Joseph Henry.
Alicia Ruth Hall Holland.
Ryan William Henwood, summa cum laude.
Ryan Joseph Hallman.
Sonia Marisol Hernandez Vasquez.
Lucas William Hample, magna cum laude.
Kevin Albert Heyer, summa cum laude.
Emily Grace Hanna, summa cum laude.
Caitlin Elizabeth Hickey, summa cum laude.
Ronald D. Hickman.
Kanai Aparium Deshawn Hudson.
Todd Hickman.
Amanda Louise Hughes, magna cum laude.
Brianna Lee Hiles, summa cum laude.
Javen Amir Hughes.
Jordan Anthony Hines, cum laude.
Zachary George Hughes.
Gavin Hofacker.
Elijah Ingram.
Callie Holak.
Luke Wayne Ireland, cum laude.
Drew Paul Homan, Jr.
Michaela Tamira Irizarry.
Summa cum laude.
Aiden Scout Jackson.
Horchuk, cum laude.
Sadiqa Jackson.
Horton, summa cum laude.
Alyssa Marie Jacobs, summa cum laude.
Ethan Lucas Jan, magna cum laude.
Christian Kaplan.
Ann, summa cum laude.
Elizabeth Schaff.
Joseph Januszewski.
Lauren Patricia Kiefer, cum laude.
Daniel Jasinski, summa cum laude.
Jordan Elijah Keels.
Asia Javon Johns.
Nicholas Kennedy.
Gavin Michael Jones.
Brendan Kerr.
Margot Lagretta Jones, summa cum laude.
Afzal Ferdes Khan.
Dominic John Giuliano, magna cum laude. Diploma presented by his mother, Mrs. Michelle Giuliano, middle school employee.
Evan Spencer Kidd, summa cum laude.
Carrie Ann Kapowitz, summa cum laude.
Tiara Brioni Kilgore.
Kevin Jacob Kalin.
Sydney Marie Kim, summa cum laude.
Wayne Kincaid IV.
Rachel Lynn Costera, summa cum laude.
Brianna Carol King.
Jonathan Lacavera.
Sophia Marie King, summa cum laude.
Jack LaFleur, cum laude.
Braden Kaput.
Elijah Daniel Lane.
Dylan James Kerwin, summa cum laude.
Gregory Rudolph David LaSalles, Jr.
Kyle Edwin Kerwin, summa cum laude.
Angelo James Lawson.
Jasmine Kobayashi, summa cum laude.
Savon Adonis Lawson.
Brennan Arthur Kreidler.
Rachel Soyoung Lee, magna cum laude.
Riley Peter Consitis, summa cum laude.
Benjamin Leff.
Jacob Anthony Cupsey.
Anthony Michael Leone, summa cum laude.
Nolan Michael LaRocca.
Antonia Lombardi.
Samantha Lorario, summa cum laude.
Bojena Lucan, cum laude.
Asia LaSure.
Grant Luma.
Emily Kaylin Lewis, cum laude.
Allison June McFarland.
Derek Lehman, Jr.
Sean McWilliams.
William Elijah Lubinsky.
Alyssa Maggi.
Michael Liazy.
Magul Mahmood.
Ada Ryan Lloyd, summa cum laude.
Alana Taylor Marcello, summa cum laude.
Carly Ann Loja.
Matthew David Marino, cum laude. Diploma presented by Joe Marino, Mayor of South Harrison Township.
Alexa Lynn Logue, summa cum laude.
Aiden Robert Mariotti.
Andrew Kenneth Marquezon, summa cum laude.
Jagger Andrew Massing.
Daniel Christopher Maroney.
Michael Daniel Mateo.
Aminata Marshall, cum laude.
John Logan Bishop McAllister.
Coleman Oswald Marshall.
Leo McCaffrey III.
Isabel Emily Martella, cum laude.
Dylan McCallion.
Kayla Rose Martin, magna cum laude.
Colin Patrick McAvoy.
Jana Imani Leonora, cum laude.
Shania Nicole McKenzie.
Gabriel Rocco Martirano.
Sean Patrick McShay.
Andrew Joseph Marks.
Dylan Jonathan Mejia.
Marissa Massino, magna cum laude.
Madeline Kai Meyer.
Jack Spencer Miles, presented by his mother, Mrs. Kathleen Miles, high school math teacher.
Ethan Sean Nacken, summa cum laude.
Emily Lynn Molo, magna cum laude.
Erin Jennifer.
Reagan Lynn Monteith.
Anthony James Negro, summa cum laude.
Kai Mooney.
Skylar Cal Nugent.
Jerome Moore.
Timothy Samuel Ninen, summa cum laude. Diploma presented by his mother, Ms. Rena Ninen, high school teacher.
Joshua Michael Moore.
Ian Patrick Noel, magna cum laude.
Hunter Elliott Mott.
Justin Patrick Nolan.
Zachary John Molderig.
Kyla Michael Norman.
Nicholas Vincenzo Nacy.
Robert Wilson Niamichi.
Victoria Ann Natali, summa cum laude.
Samantha Lynn O'Connor, summa cum laude. Khaled Daniel Pastrana.
Oluwai Fore Home Odufalo, summa cum laude. Brendan John Oswald.
Delaney Rose Ann Patella, summa cum laude.
Trayshawn Jamar Palmer.
Byron Nasir Patterson.
Joshua Donald Palmucci, summa cum laude.
Marlissa J. Peacock, magna cum laude.
Nicholas Joseph Paoline Jr.
Kylese M. Pay Boyd.
Aaron Michael Pape.
Disnaris Margarita Pena Michel.
Kayla Nicole Parkinson.
Shania Marie Pender, magna cum laude. Ria Parmar, cum laude. Natalie Jessica Perez. Erin Elizabeth Parry, cum laude. Diploma presented by Mr. James Zerzalo, Kingsway Regional High School Assistant Principal. Aaliyah Camille Perry, cum laude.
Austin Charles Felinas, summa cum laude.
Cassandra Josephina
Lamb, summa cum laude.
Caitlin Paris Wright, summa cum laude.
Catherine Ann Picone, cum laude.
Sophia Maria Probst, magna cum laude.
Chloe Elizabeth Piliasili, magna cum laude.
Mackenzie Roccabaldo, magna cum laude.
Paige Emily Pilicelli, summa cum laude.
Kyle Gregory Rakitis.
Afio Loa Iloanamide Panero, summa cum laude.
Susan Teresa Ramsey, summa cum laude.
Tio Aluana Ni Ime de Panero.
Jordan Regina Reckner.
Magdalena Plasciuto.
Esvin Eduardo Racinos Jr.
Chloe Alexandra Porter, summa cum laude.
Brett Edward Redfield.
Maura Polton, summa cum laude.
Nicholas Edward Reagan.
Grace Lauren Riley, summa cum laude.
John Anthony Rorick, summa cum laude.
Alexis Bell Rikleski.
Hannah Elizabeth Rowe, summa cum laude.
Ryan Andrew Richards.
Samantha Kelly Ruitt, cum laude.
Anaya C. Richardson.
Lauren Valerie Sanfelice, summa cum laude.
Peyton Augusta Rigger, summa cum laude.
Liana Estelle Sanfelice, summa cum laude.
Elisa Noel Riley, summa cum laude.
Ariana Santiago Ramirez.
Benjamin Rizzi.
Julie Ann Santaferraro, summa cum laude.
Patrick Gabriel Roach, cum laude.
Emma Nicole Santaferraro, magna cum laude.
Robert Joseph Roddy.
Ruben Ramos Santos, summa cum laude.
Nicholas Rodriguez Manuel.
Nevaeh Rose Saul.
Brooke Catherine Sheets, magna cum laude.
Sydney Elizabeth Sexton, summa cum laude.
Christina Schentz.
Stephen Frederick Sheets.
Aaron Edward Schmidt.
Samantha Renee Shelton.
Brandon Michael Schock.
Mariah J. Shepardson, cum laude.
Madison Victoria Schultz, summa cum laude.
Madison Marie Schubrooks.
Rihanna M. Scioli, magna cum laude.
Melissa Anna Schultz, summa cum laude.
Gavin William Scott, magna cum laude.
Julian Ray Sierra.
Jordan Allison Scott, summa cum laude.
Matthew Jonathan Simon, magna cum laude.
Viana Imani Scott.
Zachary Todd Simons.
Macy Noel Sarah Darian, summa cum laude.
Harmondeep Singh.
Jobin Singh.
Gavin Thomas Springer, summa cum laude.
Rebecca Ashton Surco, magna cum laude. Diploma presented by her mother, Mrs. Wanda Surco, high school substitute teacher.
Alyssa Sproul, magna cum laude.
Emily Christina Slavin, summa cum laude.
Megan R. Stevens, magna cum laude.
Mitchell Henry Slider, magna cum laude.
Lauren Zane Stopper.
Carter Reed Smith.
Isabella Suarez, summa cum laude.
Connor Francis Smith, summa cum laude.
Eucario Susana Flores.
Maya Natalia Smith, cum laude.
Ryan Edward Sweeney.
Zach A. Smith.
Veronica Alexandra Shubiak, summa cum laude.
Austin Joseph Sperduto.
Brian Talton.
Aiden Patrick Spillman.
Saeed Ali Tanvir.
Nicholas K. Tanzola, summa cum laude.
Savannah Lee Tolson.
William Earl Thompson.
Erin Elizabeth Tracy, summa cum laude.
Richard Twaits.
Patrick Owen Tripp.
Alyssa Renee Till, summa cum laude.
William Aaron Tunsil.
Michael Tinsley Jr.
Kevin L. Tunstall Jr.
Joseph Michael Turpak.
Sumaya Zafarira Turner, magna cum laude.
Lorenzo Giuseppe Tamarcio.
Mia Chiara Ubriaco, cum laude.
Ryan Toner.
Grady Reginald Van Horn. Daniel William Vasquez.
Thomas William Totten.
Keller James Vicino.
Anthony Rosario Vignola Jr.
Brendan Mitchell Weil, summa cum laude.
Grant William Vogel, cum laude.
Matthew Ryan Werner.
Juan Luca Wagner.
Colin Weiler.
Olivia Leah Wagner, summa cum laude.
Jada Shamarie Maria Witt.
Andrew Walski, magna cum laude.
Daniela Estefania Williams, cum laude.
Kevin M. Ward II.
McKenna Elizabeth Williams, summa cum laude.
Lindsay Warner.
Caitlin Willocks, magna cum laude.
Noelle Faith Warren, summa cum laude.
Aiden Joseph Winters.
Hillary Ann Wychunas.
Cleo Wood.
Marcus Webb, cum laude.
Cole Nathaniel Workman.
Donovan Clark Worthy, cum laude.
Kair Adrian Wright.
Andrew Davis Yarborough.
Michael Walter Yates.
Jalen Young.
Katsiarina Zavoholnik, summa cum laude.
Ethan Kai Zhang, summa cum laude. And now for our officers. Angelina Robustello, Senior Class President. Ibrahim Abdul Haq, Senior Class Vice President. Katharina Savaholnik. Joseph Raymond Miranda, summa cum laude. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, it is my pleasure to present to you this year's President of the Class of 2022, Angelina Robustello, who will deliver the salute to the Class of 2022.
Welcome, parents, teachers, administration, staff, family, friends, and most importantly, welcome and congratulations to the class of 2022. My name is Angelina Robustello, and I stand before you this evening as your 2022 class president. I am grateful, honored, and privileged to be speaking on behalf of the graduating class of 2022. We are all gathered here today in celebration of one of the most important days of our lives, surrounded by all of those who have taught and inspired us. I trust that each of you sitting in front of me will work to make this world a better place. The greatest challenge of our lives is about to begin as we each enter our own specialties. And in 10 years, nobody will remember what color you dyed your hair, or how many people liked you, or even what you wore to school. But what people will remember is what you did. This life we live is not about how many days we lived here on this earth, but what exactly we can fit into those days and what we do to make this life remarkable. If nothing else is constant in this world, then allow change to be the one thing that is. As we enter this new chapter of our lives, I challenge you all to be open-minded to change. I challenge you all to get out of bed every day and do something that your future self would be so proud of. The human spirit for change is unstoppable once we let go of what we are and allow ourselves to become what we may be. While all of you, including myself, have waited for this day of June 17th, 2022, to say we have made it, today just marks another extraordinary milestone in our journeys. Over the past 4 years, we have all changed astronomically. In high school and throughout the rest of our lives, as it all seemed to be a long journey of self-discovery. As we are all out in this world creating change and flourishing into the future of many, I present one final challenge to you all. Never let your failures deter you, and never let your losses dictate your potential for success. If I let my failures define me, I would never be standing before you this evening as your class president. As a whole, we are all guilty of expecting change in individuals and in this world, but have never had the willingness to step back, reflect, and change ourselves first. In order to see change in others, you must become that change in which you wish to see. You must go through life with more than just a passion for change. You need a strategy, and with that strategy, you must take action and allow passion and excitement to guide you in achieving further success. This is simply not the end of the road. Ask yourself, who do I want to become? We gather here today in celebration of the notable accomplishments made by these graduates. None of us would be here today without our admirable class advisors, Mrs. Palazzo and Miss Kelly, office employees, patrol staff, Board of Education members, teachers, administration, custodial, and maintenance staff, who all committed to making today and every day in between these brick walls memorable.
parents, friends, and family, I wanted to thank you for being the backbone of these graduates' success as you have guided and encouraged these students throughout their years at Kingsway. And to my family, I would like to thank you all for your endless support, discipline, and most importantly, love. Thank you for allowing me to be exactly who I want to be. And lastly, to the class of 2022, I would like to thank you for your trust in allowing me to carry out the honorable duty of being your class president. This position has opened me to experience and great opportunities, as well as has it allowed me to get to know more of you as individuals as well as your morality. May you always find a way to work to be the positive change in this world. Thank you.
Are we doing the tassels next?
We will in a second. Angelina, on behalf of the class of 2022, our faculty and staff and our Board of Education and this entire school community, thank you for leading the class of 2022. Thank you for your beautiful remarks and the salute to the class. We are appreciative and we wish you nothing but the best in the future. Thank you.
Thank you. Does Ursula want to welcome the officers?
Jim, you want to welcome the officers?
All right, it's about that time. Could I have Tyler Torres, Jessica Lyons, Luis Sanchez Gonzalez, Alex Maynes, Joseph Miranda, and Ibrahim Haq to the stage for the turning of the tassel.
Graduates, please rise for the turning of the tassels.
Oh my God, I'm nervous.
Oh my God. Everybody ready?
Ready?
Class of 2022, in 3,
2,
2,
1. Yeah!
Are you bringing up the alma mater, or the singers, or I?
You can do it.
At this time, could I have the KRHS senior singers to the stage to perform our alma mater?
You want to switch?
Yeah, that should be good.
Everyone sing. Everyone sing. 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 Yeah. We graduated.
Can't wait to get a stick when I get home.
Is it on?
Not yet.
The wind up here.
Kingsway Regional, our alma mater true. We will bring everything we do. Our dragon bold and our
We're almost done, everybody. At this time, we are actually going to recess out, but please wait to come onto the field once the students actually go down to the end zone and have one more gift for the family and friends that came out tonight. Congratulations again to the class of 2022.
Walk with me, I'll walk with you. Down these troubled roads we've stumbled into. We're all in this thing together, we're gonna make it through. If you walk with me, I'll walk with you. Be there for me, I'll be there for you. When we're riding out of hope, when we don't know what to do, like a candle in the darkness, shining bright and true. Be there for me, I'll be there for you. Oh, everything is gonna be alright. Everything is gonna be alright. Alright. 'Cause you and me got better days coming. Yeah, everything is gonna be alright. Walk with me, I'll walk with you. I know the rain of today will bring tomorrow's bloom. Where we can't see where we're going, what the world is coming to. You walk with me, I'll walk with you. You'll be alright. Walk with me, alright. Ooh, I will walk with you. Alright, oh, walk with me, alright. And I will walk with you. It's gonna be everything. It's gonna be alright. Everything. I will walk with. Gonna be alright. Gonna be alright. Everything. And I will walk with. Gonna be alright. I will walk with. Gonna be alright. Gonna be alright. Walk with me. I will walk with. Walk with me, I'll walk with you. Down these troubled roads we've stumbled into. We're all in this thing together, we're gonna make it through. If you walk with me, I'll walk with you. Be there for me, I'll be there for you. When we're riding out of hope, when we don't know what to do, like a candle in the darkness, shining bright and true. Be there for me, I'll be there for you. Oh, everything is gonna be alright. Everything is gonna be alright. Alright. 'Cause you and me got better days coming. Yeah, everything is gonna be alright. Walk with me,